Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the third Business Innovation Summit. Um, the summit is basically brought to you from Bangladesh Innovation Conclave. Bangladesh Innovation Conclave journey started a few years back with a very core notion that how do we look at and how do we help the next phase of Bangladesh journey. We already know while celebrating the 50 years of our independence, the Bangladesh government already shared that the next journey of Bangladesh is going to be a pursuance to become an innovative nation by 2041. In fact, when you reflect back, you realize that only by pursuing the innovative journey, Bangladesh can achieve the two big goals that are ahead of us to reach the SDG goals by 2030 and becoming a developed nation by 2041. Because when we talk about developed nation, I think one part gets missed out. I always remember and reflect on the Sonar Bangla that Father of Nation has actually referred years back. I don't think Sonar Bangla basically is just a notion of a developed nation. I think the notion is a country which is much more inclusive, where progress is shared, which is sustainable. All of these components needs to come together. And if we look into the world that we exist today with tremendous level of geopolitical tension all over the world that's happening, we are yet to come fully out of pandemic, and there are already sort of fear that there are some next big sort of disaster in terms of diseases are on the way. We know that already climate change is heavily on us, and maybe we are almost on the point of no return. And Bangladesh, unfortunately, is going to be one of the most hit country of climate change. And when you bring all of this together, how do you see hope? How do you see a nation to figure out all its problem and orchestrate a very new journey? And that's where innovation comes in. Innovation can be defined in so many different ways. I'll not go into any theory, but the core, very basic, simplistic thinking is, can we look at things in a new manner, whether it's a process, product, ideas, not just only the big disruptive ones, but the ones that can actually help us solve a problem which we have been struggling, make things better, help us serve people better, help us address the big social challenges that we have. And that's where innovation comes in. So when you look at innovation, innovation does not have any basic, simple prescription. It's never every time A plus A is going to be B. A plus A sometimes will be C, sometimes will be D. And that requires a very different mindset and orientation that all of us needs to bring in, whether someone is an innovator, someone is an entrepreneur, a policymaker, or professional or academia. And that's the journey Bangladesh has to go through in the next couple of years. Innovation Conclave, we are passionately driven to assist in this national journey in our own small way. And the Business Innovation Summit, where all of us have joined today, we will be exploring how business, which plays such a big role in driving the economy of the country forward, can embrace innovation at its core. How do we make innovation at the core of our culture? How do we, from top to bottom, everyone is driven by this experimentation mode, but at the same time grounded on reality, so that these results into creating new products and services, solving economic and social problems, so that it doesn't just give us growth in the business, but also it helps create a better economy, better society, better country collectively. And all these requires a very different mindset, very different thinking process. I hope there will be a lot of discussion in the next 3 days where you will be taking inputs. But at the same time, I hope that it creates certain questions, because whatever we will be discussing, these are not basically going to provide us a specific answer. Hopefully it will raise some question, tap into some of our thinking, so that we go back to the drawing board and orchestrate a process which collectively creates the broader innovation ecosystem for Bangladesh. So I hope that you gain enough inspiration in the 2 days or 3 days of the summit, and be part of this collective innovation journey that we will try to push. And inshallah, collectively, we will take Bangladesh to its vision of becoming a developed nation, creating a true Sonar Bangla for Bangladesh by 2041. Have a knowledge-filled 3 days of learning at Business Innovation Summit. Thank you so much for joining, and Assalamu alaikum.